The holographic projector flickered to life in the center of the Galactic Council chamber, casting an eerie blue glow across the assembled delegates. Jasmine Hayes stood at the human podium, her military uniform crisp and decorated with medals that told stories of wars the Council had tried to forget. Her dark eyes swept across the amphitheater, taking in the various species that had ruled the galaxy for millennia before humanity stumbled onto the galactic stage. Ambassador Hayes, the Krolix Prime Speaker's voice resonated through the chamber, his triple-jointed mandibles clicking with barely concealed contempt. Your species has been granted membership in this council as a courtesy. Do not mistake our generosity for weakness. Jasmine's jaw tightened, but her voice remained steady. And yet, Prime Speaker, it is your species that continues to violate the Terran border accords. 17 human colonies have reported Krolix military vessels in their space. 3 mining operations were destroyed. 247 civilians are dead. The Vrin delegate, a crystalline being that communicated through color shifts, pulsed an amused yellow. Such small numbers to threaten the peace over. Human, your kind should be grateful we permit you to exist at all. Behind Jasmine, at the technical station, Kevin Chen monitored the quantum communication feeds streaming in from Earth. His fingers danced across the haptic interface, and he caught Jasmine's eye with a subtle nod. The message had been received. Command was waiting. Grateful. Jasmine's voice cut through the chamber like a blade. The Krolix Empire has operated under the assumption that humanity would accept these provocations indefinitely, that we would bend, as younger species always have before the might of the established powers. The Prime Speaker's laughter boomed through the speakers. And what will you do, Ambassador? Your fleet consists of barely 300 vessels. The Krolix Armada numbers in the thousands. The Vrin Unity commands resources from 10,000 worlds. You are children playing at war. Jasmine reached into her jacket and withdrew a data crystal, holding it up for all to see. This crystal contains evidence of Krolix black sites on the borders of human space, genetic experiments on captured colonists, weapons testing on civilian populations, all violations of not just the Terran Accords, but the foundational laws of this council. Preposterous, the Prime Speaker hissed. You have no proof. I have all the proof I need, Jasmine said quietly. But more importantly, I have something else. She looked directly at the hovering cameras that broadcast this session across the galaxy. I have a species that remembers what it means to fight for survival. Kevin's console began to glow with incoming signals. His heart raced as he processed the data streams. Right on schedule. The Vrin delegate shifted to an angry red. Is this a threat? Human, do you truly believe your pathetic fleet could stand against the combined might of the Council? No, Jasmine admitted, and for a moment, uncertainty rippled through the chamber. Then her expression hardened into something ancient. Something that predated the Council, the Krolix, even the Vrin. It was the look of a species that had climbed from primitive hunter-gatherers to starfarers in the blink of an evolutionary eye. I don't believe our fleet can stand against yours. She tapped her wrist device, and the holographic display shifted, showing real-time footage from across the galaxy. But I know what humanity does when backed into a corner. The images showed simultaneous strikes across 17 Krolix military installations. Human ships, small and fast, emerged from quantum jump points with precision that shocked even the most experienced military minds in the chamber. They weren't engaging the massive Krolix dreadnoughts. They were targeting something far more valuable. Your supply lines. Jasmine continued as the footage showed human vessels destroying logistics hubs, refueling stations, and communication relays. Your food production centers. Your water purification plants. You see, the Krolix Empire grew comfortable. You've built an infrastructure that spans systems, dependent on a network of support that you assumed was untouchable. Kevin pulled up more data streams. Ambassador, confirmation from all strike teams. Phase 1 complete, 0 human casualties. Krolix logistical capacity reduced by 42% in the first hour. The chamber erupted in chaos. Delegates shouted in dozens of languages while security systems began blaring alerts. The Prime Speaker's translator could barely keep up with his rage. You dare. You commit an act of war against the Council itself. No, Jasmine's voice cut through the noise like a gunshot. We commit an act of survival. You see, humans learned something during our short, violent history on Earth. We learned that size doesn't always matter. We learned that the bigger they are, the harder they fall. We learned that a small, determined force willing to fight dirty can bring empires to their knees. She walked forward, and despite every rational instinct, several delegates stepped back. The Krolix Empire can crush our fleet in open battle. But can you feed your soldiers when we've destroyed your agricultural stations? Can you fuel your dreadnoughts when your refineries are scattered atoms? Can you coordinate your response when your communication grid is full of our viruses? The Vrin delegate pulsed a concerned purple. This is madness. You doom your species to extinction. Jasmine smiled, but there was no warmth in it. You still don't understand us. Humanity spent 200,000 years fighting for scraps on a single planet. We fought ice ages, predators, plagues, and each other. We nearly destroyed ourselves a dozen times over, and every single time we adapted, we survived, we evolved. Kevin displayed new footage showing human ships, utilizing jump technology in ways that violated every known principle of safe navigation. They were skipping through quantum space with suicidal precision, appearing behind enemy lines, striking, and vanishing before retaliation was possible. We developed nuclear weapons and pointed them at ourselves. We created artificial intelligence that nearly exterminated us. We pumped enough carbon into our atmosphere to cook our world. And somehow we're still here, still fighting, still surviving. The Prime Speaker's voice had lost its contempt, replaced with something that might have been fear. What do you want? Human, I want you to understand something, Jasmine said softly. Every other species in this galaxy achieved spaceflight through cooperation and peace. You evolved past your violent instincts before reaching the stars. But humanity, we brought our violence with us. We weaponized it. We refined it over millennia of constant warfare. She held up the data crystal again. This accord you mention, consider it shredded. Humanity withdraws from the Council effective immediately. Your ships have 72 hours to leave human space. After that, we consider any non-human vessel an act of war. You cannot win this fight, the Vrin delegate insisted, though its color had shifted to an uncertain gray. Kevin stood beside Jasmine now, his young face set with determination that matched hers. Maybe not, he said, but we'll make you pay for every inch. We'll turn this into a war of attrition that'll bleed your empires dry. We'll make you wish you'd left us alone. Jasmine nodded. The Galactic Council believed our threats were empty. You thought we were bluffing when we said we'd defend our sovereignty at any cost. You were wrong. She turned to leave, Kevin following close behind. At the doorway, she paused and looked back at the assembled delegates. Humanity doesn't bluff. We calculate, we prepare, and when necessary, we unleash hell. You wanted to know what humans do when threatened. Now you know. We don't surrender, we don't beg, we fight, and we win, no matter the cost. The doors sealed behind them, leaving the Galactic Council in stunned silence. Above them, displayed on every screen, human ships continued their surgical strikes across the galaxy. The peace that had lasted for 10,000 years had ended not with a whimper, but with humanity's roar. The Council had learned a valuable lesson that day: never mistake humanity's desire for peace with an inability to wage war.